Folks, are you ready for the tale of the fearsome gay army of Thebes? You heard that right. An army that wielded rainbows instead of swords, and where sword fighting could imply many different things. Nothing strikes fear into the hearts of foes like a perfectly coordinated attack of 300 male lovers. They were officially known as the Sacred Band of Thebes, and they were prideful warriors who put the extra in extraordinary. The group was based out of the Greek city-state of Thebes. Legend has it that this was a response to those pesky Spartans because, apparently, forming an elite homosexual fighting squad is the most logical reaction to territorial aggression. Forget diplomacy, it's time for some sassy retaliation. Getting into the Sacred Band of Thebes wasn't a casual affair. They meticulously chose 150 male couples based on their athleticism and military background, ignoring their social class. These pairs adhered to the prevalent Greek homosexual dynamic, an older, authoritative figure paired with a younger, submissive companion. Essentially, a top and a bottom. According to Polyaenus, the selected couples were profoundly committed to each other through shared feelings of affection. The concept behind this arrangement was that these couples, driven by their love, would fight with heightened intensity to safeguard their partners. They took the saying, "I would fight to the death for you," literally. This strong emotional connection, in turn, was believed to enhance their coordination on the battlefield. The Sacred Band of Thebes always had to be ready to confront any potential invasion. During the lulls between immediate conflicts, these soldiers dedicated their time to rigorous military training and strenuous physical conditioning. Historical records indicate they engaged in wrestling competitions, though we are unsure if that was a code word for something else. Yet it wasn't all sweat and grit. Amid the martial pursuits, these warriors also found themselves entwined in the art of dance, recognizing the enrichment it bestowed upon their footwork when in battle. Their pursuits extended beyond the training ground. The allure of the equestrian world beckoned to them, as their commander had once commanded cavalry forces. It's a reasonable assumption that they honed their horse-riding prowess, taming the power and grace of these noble beasts. Although it does come as a surprise that they didn't try to ride bears instead. The culmination of their endeavors made them comparable to the elite forces of Sparta, a testament to the dedication and caliber of their training. The Sacred Band of Thebes, with their harmonious blend of combat prowess, were invincible and remained undefeated until their last battle against Alexander the Great. The gay lovers did see some action, and it wasn't just in bed. The Sacred Band's first battle occurred during the Boetian War, as they faced off against the formidable Spartan army led by King Agesilaus II. The Theban forces, boosted by their alliance with the Athenians, found themselves in a numerical disadvantage. With the Spartan contingent surging forward, the Athenian strategist Chabrias made a decision that would come to define the confrontation. It was the biggest bluff that only those with the biggest balls would try. Recognizing the odds stacked against them, Chabrias issued a command to his troops, compelling them to assume the at-ease posture. In this pose, the soldiers lowered their spears and shields in a completely relaxed position. This seemingly nonchalant posture was a masterful stroke of psychological warfare, as it projected an air of confidence. This display of collective poise unsettled even Agesilaus, a seasoned Spartan leader renowned for his tactical knowledge. The confidence exuded by the Theban-Athenian coalition made him think it was a trap. In a decision that would alter the course of the engagement, he chose to deviate from his initial assault and ordered a retreat. Upon discovering the departure of the Spartans from the city of Orchomenus, the Thebans swiftly moved to seize and fortify the city before their return. However, while en route, they unexpectedly encountered the returning Spartan troops. A forward scout rushed back to inform the Thebans that they were now surrounded. The commander strategically deployed the Sacred Band at the front and organized a cavalry attack. Despite being outnumbered by the Spartans, the Thebans did not give a shit. Both sides charged simultaneously, and notably, it was the Sacred Band that successfully ruptured the Spartan defensive lines. In the ensuing clash, the Spartans suffered significant losses among their commanders, causing disarray among their ranks. Despite their numerical advantage, the Spartans opted to withdraw and create a path through their formation, signaling a willingness to let the Thebans retreat safely. Unexpectedly, their commander Pelopidas made a daring decision. He directed the unit of gay soldiers to exploit this opening. Rather than escaping, this group turned the tables by launching a surprise attack from both sides, disorienting and dispersing the Spartans, ultimately securing victory. Their triumph over the formidable Spartans not only established their dominance in all of Greece, but also added to their storied legacy, a legacy further enhanced by their subsequent actions at Leuctra. After Tegyra, Thebes' power and reach increased, and to stop their further rise, Sparta urged them to accept terms of peace or face an invasion led by their king, Cleombrotus I. They refused their terms, and the two armies met on a plain near the village of Lecutra. Despite being once again outnumbered, the Thebans displayed adept tactical maneuvering orchestrated by their strategists. The commencement of the battle saw a simultaneous cavalry charge initiated by both opposing sides. The Theban cavalry managed to disrupt the formation of the Spartan cavalry, forcing them into a retreat that subsequently destabilized the Spartan infantry lines. Seizing the advantage before the Spartans could respond, Pelopidas, the Theban commander, took the lead in a decisive charge with the Sacred Band targeting the right flank. This bold move further pressed upon the already disoriented Spartan lines, ultimately leading to their fragmentation. The Theban victory broke Spartan power and influence, and they marched, liberating cities from Spartan rule. They refused to follow the model set earlier by Sparta of subjecting the Greek city-states to Theban domination, and so they won a unique fame as a liberator rather than an exploiter. In 338 BC, a devastating blow was dealt to the Sacred Band of Thebes. This occurred at the Battle of Chaeronea, a conflict that saw a coalition of Thebes and Athens confronting the combined forces of Philip II of Macedon and his son, Alexander the Great. Despite their rigorous training, the Sacred Band of Thebes found themselves outmatched by the formidable Macedonian military. Encircled by the enemy, the members of the Sacred Band were presented with the option to surrender. But just as predicted, the lovers chose instead to fight to the death. Tragically, all 300 soldiers constituting the Sacred Band of Thebes met their demise on the battlefield. Their valor and prowess had garnered them a formidable reputation, to the extent that Philip II was said to have shed tears at the sight of this once mighty assembly of male lovers now reduced to a tragic pile of slaughtered bodies. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more. At 1 million subs, I'll do a face reveal of my ugly mug.